Alright, what's up guys? So this is the Horrifying Nights, not Horrifying Nights, this is Real Paranormal Stories, Season 5, Episode 10, so this is the 50th episode, so I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I am recording 3 weeks in advance, so it's going to be extremely busy, but I'm going to actually check. So obviously I would have to record, the Horrifying Nights, Mystery, Graduation, Poolside. So that is 12 off the bat. And then, you have the 9 shows, and those are obviously 3 episodes, so that's, 27, so that's 39, so I don't like that. But then you have more of the easier ones. You have the Man. You have the Maddest Man, because those are crossovers. Those are all linked together, so those are simple. So that's just 3. So it's 42, unfortunately. Then you have, let's think, all these, especially the non-big shows that I do, those are all maybe a minute at the very most. So those 27 videos at the very most are probably just going to take 30 minutes to record 27 videos. That's it. Very simple. And editing, especially with those shows, are non-existent. I don't really have to do anything with those. And like with like what I did today, like Paranormal Adventures and all that stuff, the only thing I have to do for music-wise is Paranormal Adventures. That's it. So all those, it's just doing all those, and I don't really have to edit at all. So I have those, and then I have, so it's 42, and then you have Dr. Tim, so that's 3, so that's 35. And then you have, let's see, you have, I think that's it. Oh, and you have Dr. Madden, so that's 46. So 46 videos away from finishing, and having 3 weeks off for the first time in probably since April of 2017. Because every single week since then, I've either filmed or had to write. And obviously, since I'll probably write Horrifying Nights Mystery Show. Very simple, it's going to be 13 episodes, but it's going to be a crossover with all the other stuff. And basically what I plan on doing is, because it's 13 episodes, I plan on just doing 2 parts per thing. So like 2-part episodes. First part, get into the history, talking to the person, and then part 2, investigate and all that stuff. That way there's a lot more things I can talk about, and a lot more things that I can do. And then, let's see, because today I'm recording, after this, 2 more Real Paranormal Stories, and then Corner's Mystery 3, Corner's Mystery Pilot, Horrifying Nights Haunted House, first 2 episodes, then the 2 Halloween specials. And that's what I plan on recording for today. So basically, I'm close to having, and I'm gonna try to record everything on Wednesday. That way I legit have over 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks and a day, so I have like 22 days off, which is just insane to think about. But yeah, to have that much time off is going to be different and all that stuff, because I'll be on episode 5 of the 1 shows. I'll be So I'll be basically halfway done. So, but the only show that I'll have to write is the mystery show. And I'll probably do that probably tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm going to take some time off. And then Wednesday, I'm going to try and finish everything quickly so that... And tomorrow I'm going to... because I'm doing like a Halloween thing where I watch 2 or 3 either movies or Halloween-based episodes a day till November 1st, the day after Halloween. And all that stuff. So I'm going to be watching Saw. I already watched the first 2, so I'm going to probably watch... because I haven't watched one in a while. I'll probably watch Saw 3, 4, and 5, maybe 6, depending on how long they are. And depending on, because some of the scenes are boring, so I'll just skip over, all that stuff. But yeah, so let's get into what this would be the season finale, but because this is the last new episode, so it kind of is the season finale, and the next 3 are just best ofs, my favorite experience that I've told over the course of 5 seasons, and all that stuff. So this is the first time that I've told a paranormal experience, probably since episode maybe 7 or 8 of this season, where, and I said this is the one that was part 2. Why I think this paranormal experience is a little bit crazier than the one from the season 4 finale, just because of this is the first time where I felt like something was malevolent. Something that wasn't so good, and but yeah, so we were all sitting down, and it was just, at one point all of us were FaceTiming, but it got down to my fiance, myself, and Carly. So it's just the 3 of us, and I don't know if I'm coming down with the cold. Maybe I am. I don't know. But it is getting colder outside and all that stuff. But, so yeah, we were all sitting down. And all of a sudden we got this hot air. Now, usually, if you know anything of the paranormal, you would know that most of the time, spirit needs energy. And it mostly comes off as cold air, not hot air. But this was very different. And so I was checking to see if the air was on, my fan was on. This was around 3 months ago, so it was hot out. But when I'm down here in the basement, it's not hot at all. We have central air, so it's not too hot out. But this was different. And they say, hey, are you noticing hot air or something like that? I'm like, yeah. And then my fiance, she says, ow. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, she says, look. And she puts the camera down, and she got scratched on her arm. It was in 3s. Now, if you don't know, usually that means the mark of the Holy Trinity, which means Father and Son and Holy Spirit. That stuff. And so I'm like, okay. And then all the lights turn out. It wasn't storming at all. The lights turned out. So I went up there, and I'm like, haha, funny, just turn the lights back on, but they wouldn't turn on. So I went up there, turned it back on, and I was writing in my notepad, and my pen right next to my phone and my notebook. So I go down the stairs when I notice that the pin that was on here, and now this would be impossible, and I'll tell you why. So it was in the middle of the floor, so about maybe 10 feet away, and that is impossible because the way I have a poker table that I'm sitting next to right now. It's a poker table, so there's not obstacles to get anywhere near the floor, let alone 10 feet away. And so I sit down and I'm like, oh shit. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I got scratched. And it came in 3. And then all of a sudden, Carly screams, and she's like, and I'm like, what? What's wrong? And then she says, look, and she turns around. And I had never experienced this before. What it was is that now if I had my glasses off, like I have it off now, I would not be able to see it, but it was big enough that you could definitely see if you had glasses on or if you had really good eyesight. And it was 3 scratch marks on the floor. So I'm like, does anybody have any sage or anything? And they laughed. And we're not religious at all. None of us are. And I'm like, we can't really afford sage. None of us can. So is there anything at home? We looked it up. There are things to do, and it actually worked. So, yeah. So that is it. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.